Oh man, great, because BG is basically like the leader of this team, and he been the leader of the city, honestly. Philly love him, and it's gonna be amazing to see him back out there because we needed his energy and his physicality out there because he's a dominant force.
If you had to pick a moment from this season,
Big
that
time.
would be, that would be your favorite. Whether it be a play you made or a play a teammate made.
Oh
that
yeah,
sticks out to you.
my favorite play of the season is by far seeing my boy Quinyon Mitchell, aka my son, catch the ball, intercepting that thing against Green Bay, man. I was happy for him, man, because he can't catch, and he finally showed me he can catch a little bit. So I'm happy for him, and man, that's only but the first of many, and he got a following one the following couple weeks later. So that's the first of many, man. So he gonna do his thing.
Was there anything you guys saw pre or post snap that kind of allowed that play to come together?
Well, it's a play that we just been working on that we knew they was possibly going to do, and he did it. He did his job, and then when you do your job like that, you get rewarded in a good way.
I asked DeVonta the same question as this. If you had to pick one player, whether yourself or a teammate, to clone 22 times.
To do what?
To clone 22 times to go against Kansas City, who are you picking to play every position?
Like, would they be skinny?
They would be. They would
They'd be
them. It would just be
it'd be
like
the-
they would play offensive line, quarterback, running back, but it would be like 22 of them.
Oh, that's me. What?
That'd be you?
22 slaves?
Yeah.
Man, we be fast, physical, and we got hands, and I got routes. Like, you know what I'm saying? We do it all. I'm like Smitty. I ain't gonna say junior because I'm older than Smitty, but I'm like Smitty at the receiver right now. Except for I'm just not as skinny.
All right, thank you.
Slay, we have seen the tattoo of yourself on your leg. We've seen the Kobe Bryant, right? So if you finally win the Super Bowl, will you put a Lombardi tattoo on your body somewhere?
I might for sure have to find somewhere to put it at, man. So we'll see though. We will see. I might have to find somewhere to put it though.
Give us an idea of what this journey has been like, and now having these two opportunities over the last 3 years to accomplish what you've worked your entire career to do.
Man, it been fun, man. Cause like I said, I've spent my first 10 years not getting too close. You know what I'm saying? I finally made it twice. Took me some time, but I'm thankful for the moments. It's been fun, been exciting. I understand what a long season really feels like, because I'm used to be done in January, and me playing in the middle of February is kind of crazy. Because the last time I came from the Super Bowl, I felt like I needed to take a break, but next thing you know, OTAs will start. So I got to make sure I'm getting ready to go for the following year early.
Have you thought about what it's like for these rookies in the secondary and the young guys you have? You have waited your entire career to come to Philadelphia to get here, and now they're here in their first year.
I mean, I love it, man. So that's good for us because let's let them know we set the standard of what is expected from this organization. Deep in the playoff run and Super Bowl appearances. So hopefully they keep it going. Wherever I'm done, and because I'm gonna be a big Eagles fan, so they know I'm gonna be cheering for them and talking about them all the time. So hopefully they keep the trend going and get it done.
Vic Fangio has talked about one of the keys to this game with the Chiefs leading the NFL in yak.
Yeah.
How important is the tackling?
Very important, man. Tackling is important for everything. We definitely all through the year. I think that's why we became one of the best defenses because, we're a real great tackling secondary. They're a great tackling team, of course, overall. But they're great after catch guys. Guys that can get up and down the field. Got guys that's speedsters that do a ton of things. So, yeah, you got to tackle. If you don't tackle, man, that's how explosives get happen.
We were talking to Brandon Graham about how he beat Tom Brady 7 years ago, and you're trying to beat Patrick Mahomes. I mean, is that pretty amazing storyline trying to go through these GOATs?
Yeah. That's especially, man, just beating some of the top quarterbacks in this game, man, that ever played is big time, man. It look good on your resume. BG got a historical moment right now, man. So BG will always be remembered by that. So that's what we trying to do. Be remembered by, making his legacy and making GOAT stuff. Doing some GOAT.
Do you have some emotions about not knowing your future after this year? Like this could be your last game with the Eagles?
Not like that in that kind of way, but it's just like, because I'm more of a guy that I miss more than like friendships and everything like that, and locker room talks more than anything. So, but a lot of these guys I deal with, we talk on a daily basis. So, and I know about this game being as a business part of the aspect. So it's okay, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully I'm here for my last year because I do want to play just 13 and call it a day. But if it's somewhere else, it's all right.
Have you and Howie talked about keeping this going here with you?
See, I'm more focused on football right now. You know, when that time comes, I'm trying to bring this organization a championship and do the best I can to help this team win. So, you know, whenever that time comes, we will address that.
Have you envisioned what a parade down Broad Street for the city of Philadelphia would be like?
Look, I envision that all my career from when I was in Detroit and when I was in Philly. So, yeah. So that's where the parade be at, Broad Street. That's where I hope the parade be at this year.
Coach Sirianni said that you can't have a bad day when you're around. That you're somebody you look to who always has a good attitude. How are you keeping that up during the week that's so stressful? How are you lifting up your teammates?
Do you want to play football or not? It's just that simple. If you want to be here, you shouldn't have to. Others should have to influence your mood. Your mood should already be up, knowing that you're in the biggest game in your football career. A chance to put your name in the history books. Walking around with a smile and encouraging every guys just talking to each other and just understanding that we're here together.
Anything special you're doing, leaning into anything, reading anything, your faith, anything this week extra?
I say, you gotta keep your spiritual playbook close to you, because this is times you can lose yourself. Gotta keep God close. If you don't, you get caught up in the moment.
CJ, your record.
Sure. My fault. You know we good. But,
Just give a quick shout out to Canadian fans watching you.
all right, shout out Canadian fans, my Canada fans, Sidney Brown, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Who else is from Canada?
If you want, you can go to a 2-shot. We'll do it as an interview.
Give me one more. Oh, Chase Brown. Shout out to Twins. I listen to Drake, so shout out to Drake.
I was going to say Drake or Kendrick.
To be honest with you, I like both. And they make good music, so I just want to see them become friends again.
And who on the Eagles would be the best hockey player?
Me. CD.
In net?
Because I like to fight.
Okay.
Your record over the last 3 years is incredible as a player. And then, you know what? I mean, with the Eagles, 2 out of the 3 Super Bowls, you're like 34, 35, and 4 or 5 losses. What does that say about you and what you bring to the Eagles?
I think winning started before I got here, and it was instilled in me when I was with Sean P. Shout out to Sean Payton. I've always been around a great group of guys. So coming to Philly made it a little bit easier to win football games when you don't have to look over your shoulder and worry about what the next guy's doing or what the front office is doing, or even sometimes what the kitchen doing. It's easy when you walk in the building, eat your food, and enjoy your teammates and coaches, and you play good ball. We're not really focused on outside noise. So I think the records reflect when everybody's been around to help and keep me positive and keep me going every day on a daily basis.
Guys said that they missed your swagger and what you bring on the field, but also leadership and your swagger when you left for that 1 year. What does that mean to you to hear that about what you bring to this team?
It's heartwarming, but I know the job's not done. I know the job wasn't done when we lost. I knew the job wasn't done when I left. It's just kind of so surreal to see a couple guys, we all back in the same moment with each other. We all smiling, but I think the energy is different when we all on the same heartbeat. And I think right now it's contagious, so I don't have to do too much extra besides just be myself and keep them going when we feel like things are down, but also keep them going when things are up.
We have seen you with some great speeches breaking down the huddle. Do you have something prepared for this week back here in New Orleans where you were drafted playing in a Super Bowl here?
I just say stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. And when you said you're one heartbeat, how did this team become that way? A lot of the guys have said you're closer than that team 2 years ago. How did you become closer?
I understand how good we really can be. And that's not about just winning games, off the field and understanding who we are and what type of players we got around us, because you don't get these type of talent around you. It doesn't come around every once in a while. So you got to take advantage of it and be proud of what we put out and continue to put out good product.
We talked to Brandon Graham trying to get his second Super Bowl. He went through Tom Brady, and he'll have to go through Patrick Mahomes. Do you love that you're going to have to go through the best to get this done?
Why not? You don't want no other way. You have to play the best to be the best. So it should be a great matchup on Sunday.
How do you defend Patrick Mahomes with his ability to run on those 3rd and shorts or even 4th down?
Play football. Yes, sir. Play football.
And how
I'm good. What's up with you?
What's up, man? Great to finally meet you.
What's up? Talk to me. What's your name?
My name is Gio.
Gio?
Yes,
What's
sir.
up, Gio?
Man, I gotta ask you. So, taking a year away from Philly, coming back, you seem so passionate about this city. How is that gonna affect you on Sunday? Are you gonna play a little harder for these guys, knowing that you've been at this stage with these guys before?
Now that you asked me that question, I might play a little bit harder for you so we can make this interview a little bit better after the game. I think coming back and playing with these guys, it means a lot to them. So I think it's one of those games that, you don't want no other way. Playing the best in the best game of them all, time to have fun.
Yes, sir. Let's get it done on
Let's
Sunday.
do it.
Yes, sir.
No problem.
I know that the Eagles are one of the most stylish teams in all the sports. What's one thing you won't be caught wearing, though?
Wait, one more time?
What's one fashion item that you will just never be caught wearing?
A bag, like a purse bag. What's the thing called?
Just like satchel type bag.
Yeah, I mean, I got them, but it can't look like a purse. Yeah.
What's your favorite Kendrick Lamar song?
Don't Kill My Vibe. Classic.
So you have some family members that are big Eagles fans, right?
Yeah.
Can you envision, with the passion that you bring and the Eagles fans bring that same kind of passion, what it would be like to have that parade down Broad Street?
I ain't really thinking about the parade yet. I ain't really thinking about the parade. I just been thinking about football and this game on Sunday. The parade, to be honest with you, that's in the back of my mind right now, to be honest with you. Back of my mind.
Locked in.
Yeah. Stay locked in.
Well, you know what? I think that's part of it. You got to have that motivation somewhere. It could be your kids. It could be that knowing that the fans is gonna get you as soon as you make a mistake. But I think Howie does a great job of just having a good team of people that's around him that he can mentor, and I'm sure he's learning from them too. And man, it's been a great 15 years for him as a GM, and man, it's getting better and better as we've been going. But the way we pay him back is by going out there and getting the win.
Hey, Brandon, you just alluded to it last game. Just to hear that come out of your mouth and to think about your journey and to say that this will be it. What are your emotions about that as it relates to this game?
Make it your best. Make it your best one. And it's not nothing different that I would do other than just making sure that I'm enjoying the whole journey. Even today, we got practice. Make sure you go 100 miles. These last couple that you're gonna be able to do, go out there so that it show up on the field. And I'm just happy that I'm able to play in this last one.
How do you think you're gonna have that play out on Sunday on that stage in the moment?
Well, I know emotionally, I don't know what that feel like yet, but I know mentally I'm gonna be prepared to go out there and play against the Chiefs. I'm gonna try to get us another one, and I just want to be there, be present in the moment where I'm able to help guys and make sure that they give their best for that game too, because we're gonna need everybody. And man, I'm just excited to be able to still be here standing, being able to contribute towards a Super Bowl, and especially on the year that you call your last year. It's like, man, you make it to the Super Bowl, now the fairy tale ending is going to win it.
What do you think about your...
A lot of the players have talked about the younger players, about how you have meant to them and how you have been there.
Can you hear it okay?
Is that to you? And was there anybody maybe that did that for you that you knew that you had to do that yourself?
Oh yeah, I had guys like Trent Cole, Jason Peters. As soon as I came in, it was like we all just it was like a magnet. I mean, I just gravitated to them, both of them, man. I always just want to learn. Of course, coming in as a rookie, you want to come with a learner's mindset, and I try to tell them that coming in, you know a lot already, but there's more to be learned that can get you that edge that you're looking for to make it at this level. And I just I know we all have roles, and my role, it turned into that where I'm older. I don't have to play as many plays as I played as a younger guy, but I can offer advice for guys that's on the up and coming, and that one day we'll have the torch and it'll be their team, and you just want the team to be able to have good morals that they came from, and you want to keep it going because that's what it's all about. In a team game, it takes all of us, and we know you want your individual goals, but you'll get that within playing a team game. And so I think that's me wanting to be a team player, going out there trying to help guys get to their level of where they dream to be.
What do you think of your career path to win your second Super Bowl and have the storytell ending? You got to go through GOATs, like Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
What do you think of that story?
I feel it feels good, man, because you don't want it. Can't nobody take it from you because you playing the guys at their best at this time in their career. And I mean, for me, playing against Andy Reid, who's a wizard out there, man. I mean, you gotta be able to play great situational ball against him. You gotta be able to dominate your box like Jalen say, and you gotta make sure that you are not the weakest link out there by doing your job. And so, with everybody having that mentality, making sure that you're going out and doing it for your brother, I like if everybody had that mindset. I like that our chances, and so that's what we got to make sure that we bring on Sunday.
We've had some of the younger guys tell us that they want to win this for you. Mm-hmm. They want you to get your second Super Bowl, possibly your last game. What does that mean to you, with especially the younger guys who come in here, you lead them, that they want to get this one for you?
Well, it means a lot, of course, because we put the work in. They see us working every day. Even me coming off this injury, this work that I tried to put in to make sure that if we did make it, that I be available to be able to go out one last time with them. And, man, all I know is I just want to make sure I put in everything I can just so that we can get ready for this one game because we've been putting in a lot of work this year, and there's no time to stop now.
But if there is a chance for you to play next year, are you saying you won't?
Well, I haven't gotten that far yet. Let's win this, and then we'll talk about it.
We know you're one of the most stylish guys in all the sports. Stylish? Yeah, fashionable. But what's one thing you wouldn't be caught wearing?
I don't know. No. Everything? I don't know.
What is your favorite Kendrick Lamar song?
Probably Squabble Up.
We were just talking to Jalen about the doubters, and he has scars, from all the doubters, college and everything. Do you like it when people doubt him because of the results that you get from Jalen when he's feeling this?
I think that's a question for him. I pay no mind to none of that because none of that stuff bothers me. And, it's just really about what you pay attention to. And that's solely a question for him. So, that neither helps or hurts nobody. So.
What do you think about what happened in college with him, and then second-round pick, maybe a little overlooked, and then where he has taken his game to now at this point?
He's continued to get better and better. Again, that's his story, that's his journey. We all have our own journey, and I only can speak about mine, so I don't know.
You get a sense when he's taking his game to another level. A lot of the guys going into the NFC title game talked about how locked in he was, talking to everybody in the building. Do you get a sense when he's locked in?
I say no because he's pretty much the same all the time. He's pretty even keel. He's always stoic, and he himself. So.
And how important this year, bringing everybody closer together? Nick Sirianni's talked about the adversity, but you talked about the tough conversations. What does that mean to all of you to take you to the next level, to have those open conversations?
It's for moments like these and opportunities like these, and it's not where we're just pointing at a guy telling him he's doing this, he's doing that. No, it's strictly to get better, and that's what it's about. Regardless of how we may feel in the moment, I even been called out before, and it's uncomfortable, but you know what you're doing it for, and you got to remove your feelings, and it's for opportunities like on Sunday.
Your game currently had a pretty impactful game in the NFC Championship after maybe a couple of slower ones early. Just your game now and your position in the offense now.
Early. The first two games, honestly, I was hurt. That's just what it was, Last game I got healthy, and you all saw it. So. That's just what it was.
Expect to be a big part of the offense and a big part of the game plan this week?
Yeah, yeah.
The first matchup against Kansas City a couple years ago, you succeeded against both man and zone coverage heavily. You saw Jalen Watson and Trent McDuffie both as rookies. Now, 2 years later, do you take anything from that tape, or is it an entirely new attack plan with 2 more years under those guys' belts?
Yeah, it's entirely new attack plan, I could say, because they're 2 different players now. They're much better. You know, Trent McDuffie is a really good corner, really good football player, and you know, it's different. You know.
And also, when you turn the Chiefs on tape, what sticks out to you? What do you think that they're going to do to attack you guys in the passing game? Obviously, they're very blitz heavy, but what kind of coverage looks are you expecting from Spags in that unit?
You know, they do a lot of different things I won't get into. They mix it up on the back end, and they got a really good front. And you know, we got to come out and just play our style of football, regardless of what they do and what they throw at us.
Did you know you'd be able to get healthy? I mean, you didn't know that?
No, I mean, you know, it was just, you know, taking it a day at a time, week at a time, and you know, as that week, you know, started, it was that Monday, and I was like, yeah, I'm feeling myself again, feeling like myself again, you know, and it showed.
How grateful are you in the biggest game of the year to be feeling good?
Yeah, truly grateful. You know, I'm glad my teammates, you know, picked up my slack. You know, they did the first 2 games. You know, I was battling, but you know, it's no excuse. You know, I'm ready to go now.
Can I ask you about Jersey for kids? Remember the kid Massey? Remember the kid Massey that you FaceTime, the kid that died of cancer? You remember? There was a kid that had cancer, 14-year-old kid, Massey.
I think so.
What do you think it meant to him and to you that you were able to spend time with him before he passed away?
You know, I'm pretty sure it meant the world to him. You know, I don't know what his last couple of wishes were or whatever, but you know, for me, just to spend time with him and to put a smile on his face, you know, even for however long I spent time with him, you know, I'm pretty sure it meant the world to him, but it meant the world to me, you know, because, you know, we all go through different things in life, and you know, sometimes God got our story written completely different, and, you know, I don't know, you know, my heart and love goes out to his family still, you know, but I hope I put a smile on their face. You know?
I've seen the work you've done with your camps. You seem to really love kids. What is it about it?
You know, I'm a big kid at heart. You know, I'm a big kid at heart. You know, I just like to be myself, and you know, I like to put smiles on kids' faces. You know, and try to inspire somebody, because you know, somebody inspired me. Somebody inspired me to play this game, and that's what I do it for.
I know you've talked about mental health before. Can you speak about how that's been for you this season and who's been there to support you through it?
I would say I haven't had to deal with mental health this season. You know, it's, you know, in the past, you know, I'm perfectly fine, but it is important. And the season is just ups and downs, you know. And you know, my teammates, you know, we're leaning on each other.
That you would recommend people support pertaining to mental health?
I don't know. I don't have one.
AJ, if I'm starting a book club, which 5 books should I have? So if I'm starting a book club, I got 5 books. I know you had one of them. Which one should I start?
I don't know. One of my favorite books is Relentless. Yeah. I think it's by Tim Grover. I think so. Yeah. What's your name?
I'm Joe Bonham.
No, I'm saying the author of the book. Yeah, Relentless.
And then I'm asking some of your teammates this: what's your biggest financial flex? It can be a savvy flex, or you can flex hard.
No, I don't flex, bro. I'm truly humble. You know.
Could you share? I know you're a man of faith. Could you share maybe some scripture that maybe you've been looking into lately, or maybe?
My favorite scripture is Romans 8:18. The pain you have been feeling cannot compare to the joy that is coming.
If you could name the play that wins the Super Bowl, what would you name it?
What would I name it? Always open.
Adrian, can you take us back to the Super Bowl a couple of years ago? You had a big game in that one. I know your memory is probably going to be the loss, but in terms of your performance, are there any takeaways that you can build on from that one and on big stage against the same team?
You know, no, because it's 2 years ago. You know, even last year we played them. You know, it doesn't matter. And I can try to watch film, but it still doesn't help me because the guys I'm going against, they're much better.
Jalen and just his development, where's he at right now in terms of his game and his ability to have an impact?
I think that's a question for him. That's a question for him to break down the game.
Are you seeing a level of confidence and just a quality in play?
Always. He's always very stoic. He's always very calm, and so.
AJ, your faith has helped you through tough times growing up, and your faith has helped you get to the Super Bowl. What would your message be to younger kids on the importance of faith?
Faith, believe in yourself. You know, even when you're doubted, no matter what somebody say about you, you can do anything and everything. And, faith is your superpower. Belief is your superpower. You need to use it at all times and have fun.
Thank you.
About the modeling your game after Julio Jones, but you've got expectations on you develop your game as just be a physically dominant receiver, even though you're not towering over DBs.
I tried to model my game after him, but Julio is his Hall of Fame receiver, and I just think when you watch the wide receiver position, I imagine Julio, and that's what I try to bring to the game.
You've absolutely dominated against man coverage this season. What goes through your head when you realize it's man-to-man?
A win.
A bunch of the players, man, it's our family and support system, man. If you could give the flowers to the people that have supported you and your family, whether it be just friends or whoever, what would you tell them?
I'll tell my family thank you. My mom, my dad, my trainer, tripping God, first of all, but most importantly, my teammates and my coaches. They're much a part of my support system as well. So,
if you could describe your journey here to Super Bowl as a song, what song would it be?
I don't know.
AJ, what about the matchup with Marshawn Lattimore last week? Did you see on film? Obviously, you had the big fourth down play that kind of shifted the momentum in that game. What did you see on film and what worked well for you out there that obviously led to the biggest game of the postseason for you?
I was playing chess, setting up routes on the run game, and knew he would be thinking something, and I did the opposite on that fourth down.
What's up, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Excited for Sunday. Hey, I want to know.
You just don't pay attention to it. It's just gibberish. That's just what it is, and you don't even acknowledge it. When I first got here, I used to acknowledge it a lot. I used to try to speak up and try to clear up everything, but as I got older and I learned, I can't. Everybody still is gonna have their own opinion, and most importantly, it's about playing the game well, on Sunday.
She does a great job, and everything that she does, and women, they do a lot of things that they do get overlooked, and we have to appreciate the women and the things they do, because a lot of things that they do for me doesn't go unnoticed. The bond is great, man. We have a lot of guys that are very talented, but they understand like things may not always go their way. You know, like I said, we're on a team that runs the ball a lot, so we know opportunities are going to be limited. But you know, we do our job even in the run game. We go out there, we block for Saquon and things like that, because we understand when it comes down to the pass game, he's going to have to do the same. So we want to make sure that he feels that, the O-line feel that, you know, we're going to help them in the run game. So when the pass game comes along, you know, they'll be ready to help us.
To be on the same page.
It's very important because, you know, a lot of routes adjust off of certain coverages and things like that. And, you know, certain coverages you have to, you know, be a clear out guy. And, you know, if a guy isn't clearing it out for you, then it's not going to work.
I'm sorry. Hi, DeVonta. I'm from Philly. I've had season tickets for 40 years. I'm Dr. Grossinger. Love your game. Tell us a couple technical questions. One thing I know that you and AJ, you use late hands so well that, and I know it's the defenders are just not expecting it. The ball comes, your timing's impeccable. I saw it in college. Tell us about late hands and also how it helps you catch the ball and also how it helps you not get hurt when you're up against those big DBs.
Yeah, that's something that AJ taught me. You know, the earlier you put your hands up, the more the DB is going to react to it. So, you know, if you can put your hands up late, it gives DB less time to react to it. And I think that helps a lot because that eliminates, you know, a lot of the contested catches.
Another question. How do you, a lot of times you get to bump and run, but I know you're very good with your hands and evading that bump and run. And once you do that, especially on the slant, it looks like you're wide open and you make it look easy. Tell us about, just for the kids, some of them, the wide receivers, how do you, without giving away too many trade secrets, how do you evade the bump and run?
It's just something you got to work on. You know, you got to have a toolbox with different things in it. You can't just have one thing. So I think, you know, as far as like releases, your footwork is one thing and your hands is another. You know, sometimes you can rely on just footwork, sometimes you can just rely on hands, but sometimes you need both.
And now I'll finish with a funny question. If you had to choose your nickname, do you like Slim Reaper or Skinny Batman?
Slim Reaper.
You got it. Thanks a lot. Good luck.
Thank you.
DeVonta, your first Super Bowl appearance was in Phoenix, Arizona, and now you're making your second one. And they say home is where the heart is. How does it feel to be playing in Louisiana with everyone rooting for you?
It feels great, man. Like I said, you know, being from the small hometown, I'm in, the community, you know, everybody supports each other. Just having that love from those people that's, you know, been supporting me from Little League to middle school to high school, it means a lot to me.
What was that message like from your friends and family, like your mom and your father, that's going to be here at the big game one Sunday, seeing you, you know, try to get that Super Bowl win?
It means a lot because, you know, a lot of the things that I did, I done because of them. You know, them supporting me, taking me different places, you know, paying for me to go to different places and things like that. Without them, I wouldn't be here.
About being from New Orleans, tell us about the city and what the bond it has with the Super Bowl. Why is New Orleans the perfect Super Bowl city?
I would just say, you know, the people around here, you know, with the Saints being around, things like that, with, you know, Katrina and the history of, you know, how it happened and things, I think that just means a lot to this city. You know, it was kind of something that helped them get over Katrina and things like that. It helps a lot of, you know, kids and things in this area.
For those who don't know the city, what's the most special thing about the city of New Orleans?
The love that they have around here.
A question about the playoffs last year, obviously a big, huge disappointment. What's the main thing about the turnaround you get to being here now?
You can't do nothing about last year. You know, I think everybody put that last year behind them and was ready to, you know, get this year going, and we're doing things the right way, just hoping we can finish it the right way.
How has Saquon impacted the locker room?
He has a big impact. You know, he's a very funny guy, and he's a tremendous leader. I think that's the biggest thing is him being able to lead this team in different ways. Whether it's you watching him out there at practice, you watching him the way he play, and when he talks to people, everyone listens.
AJ brought you a birthday cake earlier this season. Do you plan on returning the favor to Saquon and Cooper on Sunday at some point?
I plan on, you know, going out there trying to win the game for those guys.
DeVonta, how do you adjust your release off the line when you're playing a more physical corner as opposed to a more patient kind of back off corner?
Yeah, you know, some things you can do against certain guys, some you can't. So I think it's just comes down to knowing what you can do against certain guys.
In terms of, I know, you know, there's a lot of receivers in the NFL, obviously, but if you had to give like maybe some of your top guys in the NFL, top 5, who would you say right now?
Receivers? I'll go AJ, Jamar, Justin Jefferson, Nico, and probably CD.
What's in your headphones?
You never know. I be all over the place. I go from R&B to rap, gospel. Yeah, I probably wake up, start off with my gospel, and then as the day goes, I change it up.
DeVonta, you've won the Heisman Trophy. You're a two-time national championship winner. Are you saving some room for the final thing, the Super Bowl, on your show?
You can't just. For me, it's not so much just saving room. When it happens, the room becomes available.
And I want to ask you about, playing back home in the booth. How does that feel, and how is your family reacting to it? What kind of things are you, making arrangements for your family to be at the game? Talk about, playing back home in Louisiana.
It feels good, just be back here to get that, have that support, to be able to just see the family members that I don't get to see during the season. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to my family.
If you could name the play to win the Super Bowl, what would you name it?
Say it again.
If you could name the play to win the Super Bowl, what would you name it?
No comment.
When the run game is working, people say the pass game's not doing enough. When the pass game is working, you got to run the ball more. Is this offense getting enough credit for what you've been able to do, win games in a variety of different ways?
I think people overlook the most important stat, which is winning the game. We don't care if it's us running the ball, passing the ball. We're going to do whatever working. So people are going to sit up there and say, oh, they're running the ball too much, they're not passing the ball. Why pass the ball when you can just run it?
Something that you and AJ have that cannot be said for any other pair of wideouts in the NFL.
Say it again.
What is something that you and AJ Brown have, together that cannot be said for, you think, any other pair of wide receivers in the NFL? Like, what makes you guys unique as a pairing?
I wouldn't say it's just us. A lot of guys do a lot of great things. I would say just the relationship we have, I think that helps a lot. Being able to have those uncomfortable conversations with each other. When one of us tells, somebody something about, oh, you didn't win this rep because you didn't do this. We listen. We don't, get offended and things like that. I think that's the biggest thing. We can have those conversations and nobody feel no type of way.
In honor of the halftime show, do you have a favorite Kendrick Lamar song?
I don't really listen to Kendrick Lamar.
About Texas, Georgia, Florida when it comes to football talent. Talk a little bit about the receivers that have come out of Louisiana, that have come out of the booth.
Yeah, I think when you're looking for receivers, this might be the place you want to be. I think this might be the state you want to look at. We have some of the top guys come out of here from Justin to Jamar. You got Neighbors, you got Brian, those young guys coming up. Even before that we have some guys. We have Reggie. It's a lot of guys. Odell, Jarvis. I think when you're talking about receiver play and you're looking for receivers, I think this is the state you want to come to.
Important attribute to playing the wide receiver position at this level when you got speed, route running, timing. What do you think is the most important attribute?
I wouldn't even say, necessarily attribute. I would say just having patience. As a receiver, it's a lot that has to go right for you to get the ball. So I think that's the biggest thing is having patience.
I feel like Jalen Hurts is one of the quarterbacks you've had the most chemistry with throughout your career, even going back to, college or high school?
Yeah, for sure. The amount of times we played with each other and things like that, I probably have the most chemistry with him.
High school, you guys have some huge fans in Charlotte with Coach McFadden and the Independence High School football team. So do you have any words of encouragement or a shout out to give them?
Shout out to, Independence and things they're doing. I haven't really watched much of them, but, always in the area is always love.
About Travis Hunter, you were the first receiver to win the Heisman since Desmond Howard. Travis Hunter just won the Heisman. What do you think about him? Do you think that he's going to be elite at the next level? He may want to play DB and receiver. Any thoughts on him?
Travis is a tremendous athlete. From what I see, he seems like a great kid, great guy. I think he'll be elite at whatever he does. He didn't get here by, just showing up. I truly think, his work ethic and things like that has got him here. So I think whatever he chooses to do, he's going to be, successful at it.
Can you talk about how fun it's been to have Gilly in the locker room this year?
It's fun, man. Gilly's a funny guy. He truly loves the Eagles. He truly loves Philly. And I think that's the big part about it is how much love he has for the city of Philly.
And the things that I remember is just the memories that you create with your teammates and your guys, and those are things that you miss.
You, of course, it seemed like you were even faster in the snow, but how much do you like playing on field surface like this, turf? Do you feel faster?
Yeah, I think I like this turf. It's fast turf, as I would say. I prefer grass, to be honest. But yeah, I like this turf, and I'm able to cut well in it and move well in it. So hopefully I can have the same type of impact on the game as I had on past times in this stadium.
Saquon, Gibson performance training. Can you speak to Martin Gibson and what GPT has meant to your career, but specifically this season, what Martin and Gibson performance training has meant?
Yeah, I mean, we've been working for 10 years. It's funny to think about that. For 10 years we were working, and I'm just super appreciative of him because, like I said, everybody want to come around now, but when things wasn't right, it was me and him and that son by myself. I was calling for my brother to come, so I got to give my brother some love to take some reps off my body, and he would push me and motivate me and push me and motivate me, and we kind of came up with our little slogan, dark times, and it's still dark times. Even though there's a lot of light on us now, there's a lot of love, that's still the mentality that we have, and I just love that the things that we do on the field, and he's posted some clips and we're able to show the world a little bit, but the stuff that we do goes right directly into the games, and I'm super appreciative of him and wouldn't be the player I am today without him for sure.
Saquon, you have an option. What is your biggest challenge facing another defense, especially when you're the target?
Yeah, I mean, I think every week, I'm one of the main targets on the team, but the beauty of this team is you want to try to stop one guy, you have a hard time stopping the others. But with Spags, you just got to be ready to adjust. You never know what to expect. And all levels are great, all levels, and I think it starts with taking care of 95.
Saquon, with the Giants, you shared a backfield for a long time with a fellow Austrian, Sandro Platzko. We're hailing from Austria, and we thought we'd bring you an Austrian treat. It's a little birthday present. I know it's been a big story, but when you look back on your time together with Sandro Platzko, came up through the IPP program, what goes through your mind when you think back of that?
I love him. He's a great dude. He's a hard worker. He always, he always was questioning the coaches, right? And sometimes you need that. And I think it keeps the coaches on their toes. And he always just needed to know why or the reason why. And he came in trying to learn as much as he can about the game. And I didn't know that. I asked him, I was like, how big are you over there and how good are you over there? And he told me he's a Saquon or Christian McCaffrey over there. So I give love for him, and I know he went through a knee injury not too long ago, and been rehabbing. I've been seeing some stuff he's been posting, but big shout out to Sandro.
Hope you're not having a nut allergy. It's a hazelnut treat, and hope it tastes even sweeter on Sunday afternoon.
Is it chocolate?
Well, open it up. It's kind of a waffle. It's a famous Viennese Austrian treat.
Oh, okay. This is a wafer? And this a wafer?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. All right, okay.
So Saquon, how did the handshake with your daughter start?
Yeah, me and my daughter have been doing that handshake for probably 4 years now, 3 or 4 years now. We kind of came up with one in the living room at one day, and now my son, I got a handshake with him, and we kind of stole it off of Nemo.
You keep mentioning family in a lot of your answers. What does family mean to you?
It means everything. I think I'm gonna write a book about this one day. Actually, I think team is the biggest thing, and the reason why everybody's super successful. So if you think of all the most successful people that come to your mind, the reason why they are is a team mindset behind it. And whether it's team in football, you talk about your O-line, the wide receiver, the running backs, and all these guys doing together, or your team as your family. And my family has been super supportive of me from day one, been with me through thick and thin. And another thing, my boys too, I don't got no yes men around me. My boys gonna shoot me straight, let me know when I'm doing something right or when I'm doing something wrong, and that's another way you show love. So my support cast is the reason I am the man I am today, and hopefully the reason why the man I continue to become.
They're still really young. In years to come when they're older, how are you going to explain these moments that they're living with you?
Yeah, Jada, my daughter, she understands it a little bit. We had a daddy-daughter dance the same day as the Super Bowl, but it got canceled. So she told me on last night on FaceTime, when it got canceled that she definitely wants me to win the Super Bowl more now. But my son kind of has no idea, and I think hopefully maybe one day he's a football player or whatever he decides to do. But there's been some cool moments we have, like me holding them with pictures and stuff like that. So be able to explain that to them when they get older.
Saquon, talking about Terrell Davis, you have a chance to break his all-time regular season, postseason combined yardage record. What do you know about Terrell? Any memories? You see highlights of him?
Yeah, I mean, the highlights of him, I was probably 1 or 2 years old, so I probably won't remember. But I do remember the first time I've heard of TD, but the first memory I have of TD would be in college. Coach Huff showed us a video of him, and it wasn't him about the yards he rushed for. It was about the way he got on the team, the way he made the team, and going down there on special team, making a big play. And that kind of gave me the opportunity to understand that you got to capitalize on the opportunities that you get. And I think I was a freshman at the time, so every time that I touched the ball, it was a little different. I wasn't going down there on special teams making tackles, thank God. But when I touched the ball in practice as a freshman, I tried to make my presence felt. So I've definitely learned that from him, and to be able to have a year and even be mentioned, with him, the Hall of Fame caliber player, is definitely awesome.
Some of the linemen where he blew up the guy, he was the play in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Got the big tackle.
Yeah.
Some of the linemen said that you gave them a gift.
Yeah.
What did you set up as mistakes for giving them that gift?
Yeah. Sometimes you got to talk things into existence, right? When I first got there, I told those guys that when we win a Russian title this year, I'm going to make sure I get you guys some watches. And I was able to fulfill that and get those guys some watches. Big shout out to my jeweler, Gabe. He helped me out there. But what I did learn is, there's some big guys, so you get the standard size, and I got to help them out, get some extra links.
And so you gave them golf carts as well with Jalen Hurts, your teammate. So are there any more gifts to come? Because that's a lot already.
Yeah, I know, right?
Super Bowl.
Yeah, hopefully the gifts we can give is winning the Super Bowl, and that would definitely help my pockets out a little bit. Eric or Landon? You talking about the running back?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah, I think I don't know how to answer that one really. I was actually able to talk to Eric Dickerson on the phone after I rushed for 2,000 yards, and he congratulated me. And a lot of people get caught up in what he said, and he's a hater or this and that and third, and I didn't kind of take it that way at all. Because he made a great point. Everyone who say that records are meant to be broken don't have records. So I look at it the same way there, and I think it was a pretty cool and dope moment for him to reach out to me, and I definitely respected having that conversation with him.
So next Sunday is going to be your birthday, right?
Yes, sir.
How do you plan to celebrate?
Hopefully by holding a Lombardi trophy.
What is your first?
Do you have any headphones?
What's in my headphone? I don't have like a set playlist. I kind of go with the flow or whatever's hot right at the moment, but definitely Rod Wave.
Do you have any ritual pre-game or a superstition?
No, not really. I don't have no superstition. I kind of just stick to my routine, try to stay consistent with that. But yeah, that's really all.
Just making sure, you said the daddy-daughter dance was scheduled for this coming Sunday?
It's canceled, March 14th. So I got to make sure March 14th I got nothing to do.
Who schedules a daddy-daughter dance on the Super Bowl?
That's the second time, actually. Last year, it's always around the Super Bowl. Last year, I had to go to the Super Bowl for events, like paid stuff. So Pop went for me, Dan. Shout out to Dan, holding it down. So I was really looking forward to this year, but it was on February 9th, but it got canceled, so we're all good.
What do you think is the key match of this Super Bowl?
I think every game starts up front. So whoever wins up front more times than not going to win a football game.
What's your first Super Bowl?
What's your favorite thing about playing with the Eagles?
Everybody on this team. The way that everyone cares about each other and loves each other. So yeah, definitely made some teammates and some friends that I'm going to have for a very long time.
Asking a person about the mental health issue, so I just wanted to ask you how you're feeling mentally by putting that 8 guys in the offseason leading up to now the biggest game of your life.
Yeah, mentally I'm in a great spot. I'm in a really great spot. But it's not alone, you know. I'm kind of coming back to this team mindset, and it takes everyone. And, you know, be able to talk to my mentor Ryan and have a conversation with him weekly, and you know, just him picking my brain, see where I'm at. You know, being able to go talk to our therapist Jody, letting my guard down. You know, especially, you know, I don't mean to make it like a gender thing, but like as men, you know, sometimes we feel that we don't need to do this, or we just got to man up. And I've definitely had that mindset before, but I think this year my mindset was definitely to be able to let my guard down, and that was a big thing I wanted to do when I came to Philly. Was, you know, it's new, brand new, fresh start, let everything go, and it's been helpful for me mentally. It's been helpful for me on the field, and I think it's a real key to my success, be able to talk to my mentor and be able to talk to my therapist.
Well, what the young men you were in high school and college will think of the man and the player you became?
Hopefully he'll be proud. You know, I think, but it wouldn't be just because I'm playing in the Super Bowl. You know, you never expect adversity, you never expect up and downs. But I think he'll be proud in those moments, how I handled myself and how I didn't give up. And even though I'll have my days, that I always kept fighting.
Do you take a step back sometimes just to admire what you did?
No, not really. I think that's one of my biggest flaws that my family and friends tell me, that I have a hard time appreciating stuff. But I'll definitely take a time for after the season when I would enjoy and celebrate the things we accomplished.
Jalen Hurts has said that he has scars from doubters, whether it's college, draft and all that stuff. And some of your teammates say they like when people are doubting him because they see him with that extra edge. Do you get a sense of that extra edge that he has?
Yeah, for sure, definitely. I think I think the reason why he's such a special player is because of that. The things that he went through and experienced in college, and being drafted here and having to sit down, those things he experienced, and even losing a Super Bowl, all those things he experienced helped him to become the player and the leader that he is, and keep down him, and he's going to keep proving everyone wrong. Hopefully he'll begin to do that again Sunday.
Yeah, it helps being Saquon too. He not only can he run the ball, he can catch the ball in the backfield, he can split out wide as a receiver, so it's been a lot of fun, man. Like I said, he makes us look maybe better than what we are at times, but he's a great teammate, and he's had a lot of success.
And with Spags, with his exotic blitzes, loading up the line of scrimmage, how important is it to spread them out, kind of 11 personnel votes?
Yeah, I credit Spags as being a big reason why they've been here last 5 of the past 6 years. They do a good job of disguising their fronts. They do a good job. They know if people are sliding to Chris Jones, they may bring the pressure away a few times, and they might mix up second half and bring it with him. So he does a good job of maybe holding stuff, to a crucial time of the game. And I think, we had some success last game, spreading them out. But I just think with how they tackle linebacker positions and DBs, they're so good, and their timing's so good that if you're not on your points, you're going to pay.
Wayne, we're at the Super Bowl. What's your favorite bowl of soup?
Probably just chicken noodle soup, huh? Not to get too fancy. Or tomato bisque. Lobster bisque, lobster bisque.
How many gifts have you gotten from Saquon Barkley this season?
See, we got a watch. Got about 15 million shirts. And I think I wore one at the send-off party, and somebody got real mad about it because I don't know. I didn't put it in my locker, but got the golf cart, got a watch. Got some good food, so it's been a nice year.
So Saquon told you guys what when he came to the Eagles about giving you a watch?
I mean, he didn't really say that, but he just.
Did he say?
It was like, yeah. I mean, the season. If we got to 2000, it was like, yeah. That was like, okay. Now you got to get us something special. And I think the golf cart situation. I think with that, and then the watches definitely helps, but I don't think the gift giving may not be done. Hopefully.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes, there should be.
So Saquon also said because you guys are really big, that it costs extra money to get extra size watches. When you have a size 19 foot and big hands, it's hard to find Mekhi Becton a watch that fits without looking like a. What kind of watch is it?
Last one was Rolex. I believe this one was as well. I saw it briefly. But it was taken away. I may be wrong on that, but I don't know where my watch is exactly. I think maybe John Ferrari might have it, so go ask him.
Give us an idea of the teammate that Saquon Barkley is.
He loves golf. He loves spending that time outdoors, but he likes to be around the guys. I think he likes to move with the team. If we're going out to eat, he likes to be with the team. If really doing, he likes to be with the team. That's kind of my only thing I'd say. He embraces the team. I think he loves the gift giving. He's all a part of that, and he does a good job of deflecting all the praise he's getting. And but like I said, he's had to overcome a lot too to get to this point. And obviously in a unique situation this year. Nobody planned on it being what it's become, but couldn't happen to a better guy.
This is pretty amazing. Even Andy Reid was joking yesterday. It's making him feel old that he's got a Jeremiah Trotter in the Super Bowl with him. Has your dad kind of said, we got to get that Super Bowl for the Trotter family?
Yeah, no, he definitely, expressed it, that we got to bring one back, get one in the Trotter family. He kind of joked with me saying he might take the ring and just say he got one too, because it's going to have his name on it too. But, just saying how important it is just in general, though, win that game and make the most of that opportunity. What kind of advice has your dad given you about this biggest game? Really just how the week is going to be different. It's definitely not the same as normal weeks, with different media and different, festivities as far as you're going to see more family coming down. But you got to stay focused. You got to make, whenever it's time to work, whether in meetings or practice, you got to make sure you're locked in and your preparation is up to par as a normal week. What are you thinking about the story of your life where you see that picture of you with your dad at the NFC title game going to the Super Bowl 20 years ago, and now you're here? It's crazy to think about, kind of surreal how it all happened. I feel like, it couldn't have been written better. Just thank God for it, for it to win that game. It'd be at home, at the home stadium, and really just truly a blessing. Is your dad coming down? Yeah, he'll be here, yeah. Good. Oh, yeah. That's what I thought. How proud do you think your mom would be? She's looking over you. She raised you. She helped you with all the games growing up. How proud do you think she would be? I know she's very proud. I know she's going to be with me. She always is going to be with me. But I know she's looking down, smiling. She's going to have her 5-4 jersey on come Sunday, and just be cheering super loud. That's how she always was on game day. Wish you the best. All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Oh, freak, I don't know. I knew it was small. Hey man, where are we getting these stats from? This is like ESPN stats. What are we doing? I can't even name. No. Tom Brady? Let's just have fun. Tom Brady. Brett Johnson got it all? Wow. I'm going to say Tom Brady. Peyton Manning? Oh, shoot. Well, that's where it ends, folks. Thanks for joining me. Really? Patty. Wow. 2 more before 25, you said? Before 27? Russ? Russ, and then Ben Roethlisberger? Wow. Wow. Any other questions? Fun. That was the best question I got asked all year. I knew they were ESPN. They sounded like ESPN stats. Another game? It's the next game. We know the stakes are, that are there. We know it. But when you start playing the mental game, man, that's when it'll go downhill. So if you just try and go about your day as many as distractions. Like this is a distraction, but this is part of getting here. Right? Well, no, just sitting here talking to you guys. Like usually we're just in our locker room, pre-practice. We're in our locker room taking questions, getting ready for practice. But being here in a different city, different setting, this is a distraction. So eliminating distractions and going about your routine as close as you can, or if you can replicate that. And that's the secret formula, man. Be where your feet are at. And just don't make the moment bigger than it is. Be where your feet are at. And don't go chasing waterfalls.
What are some of the things that you've seen out of him that's kind of impressed you?
He's a quiet fella. but I think he's embraced his role. And I think if you're a star coming out of college, that's hard to do, especially if it's just on special teams. But he's always prepared himself every week for any opportunity he's had to run with the offense. And that's why you saw what you saw last week or 2 weeks ago against the Washington Commanders.
Hey, Jordan, a lot of people don't know that you're actually a really good singer. You're on the Max Singer and the Philly Christmas special. Talk about those experiences real quick and how much fun that was.
Super fun, man. I think I always tell people I was a singer or musician before any sort of athlete, and so I think for me it's just like my warehouse, my safe zone, my comfort zone, and I just want to. People, I don't do it to get attention. I just do it because I love it generally.
There's a lot of conversation this week of can Jalen Hurts do anything to be in the same bucket as Patrick Mahomes as a certified elite quarterback? Is there anything in your mind that he can do to take the doubt away that is definitely there countrywide?
Well, don't listen to that. And then two, just keep doing what he's been doing. Just don't change now. Just don't change now. He knows this. Nothing else to say to that. He's just got to be himself. That's all.
And I know it was such a different team 2 years ago, but do you remember, we talked to a lot of guys about the wrong confetti color falling. Even Saquon said I wasn't here and I felt it. Do you remember that moment?
I remember.
And what was it like?
It sucked. It sucked. You reached the last game of the season, the big moment, the big bowl, the big dance, and to have the other team's confetti falling on you, that really sucked. It sucked.
Do you use it as fuel this year?
I have enough motivation this year.
Why is that? What motivates you?
Well, that's a motivation, but just all my experiences and the want to, for my personal achievements, representing my city, representing Philly, representing my family name. I have a lot of whys. I've got enough motivation this year, but I will draw from those confettis.
It's just lower on the list.
It's up there.
Jordan, it looks like Cam's going to be able to play in the game at center. If he has to leave mid-game due to injury, how will the team adjust on the fly to a different center playing in the game?
We'll be fine, and that's because of Jeff Stoutland. Jeff Stoutland does a great job of preparing all his players, especially our backups, to play different roles, and even our starters. Like I could play right. I don't know. Blaine could play left. Makai could play left tackle. Like we did against the Commanders. Landon can play center. So I think it just comes down to Coach Stout just being who he is and the coach that he is, preparing us.
What's made the line so tight together this year?
Maybe age.
Yeah?
Maybe age. Sorry, Kels. Maybe age. I think when you have a lot of people close to the same age, you kind of just genuinely bond together.
In the playoffs, you guys are your background in rugby league. Who on this team would be able to make a transition like you did from rugby league to the NFL? But
AJ Brown. AJ Brown, Saquon Barkley, Zach Bourne. Definitely not Slay. Definitely not Slay.
What's he yelling about?
Tell you guys to get out.
It's in our room. It's the media workroom.
In the playoffs,
we're gonna take two more.
In the playoffs, you guys are running out, or you guys are using 11 personnel, 81% of the snaps. Corners 1 through 3. Saquon's averaging 6.9 yards per carry. What is it about that personnel grouping that's allowed you guys to have success on the ground?
I don't think it's about us. I think it's about them and what we're seeing on defense. We're just trying to get a good matchup. That's all.
Jordan, you weren't here for 52. Blaine was, obviously. I'm sure he told you about what the parade was like. How much would you be looking forward to going down this week?
I'm looking forward to getting on that field first. I'm not looking forward to anything else past Sunday. That's it.
Well, I think a lot of conversations this week. It's interesting in Philadelphia. I feel like most of us have put this to bed about Nick Sirianni and how he's handled all the adversity this year. But I feel like in national media, it's brought up that he's come so far to make it to the Super Bowl. How have you seen Nick Sirianni, with all the conversation of if he even was going to be here, handle all the criticism and make it back to a Super Bowl?
Well, I think the big thing is when you're the leader, you can't show ups and downs and highs and lows, and he's done a good job of projecting that on our staff and onto our players. And, at the end of the day, we have a job to do. And if you don't do your job well, there's going to be people that are criticizing you. You do your job well, it kind of goes away. And that's how the season was. Early in the year, we struggled. We went through some adversity. And we came off the bye week, and we've been playing really good football since then. We got some guys back off of injuries that were injured during that time. And, we've gone on a great run. And, Nick's been steadfast in his messaging. And, all we've done as coaches is relay that message to the players. And the players have continued to play hard. And we've gone on a pretty good run so far. We got one more to go.
And everyone points back to that bye week, and it seems like that bye week was so crucial. I remember when the schedule came out, everyone was like, early bye week. It seems that we should all be pretty thankful for that early bye week.
Yeah, I think it was a blessing in disguise, not only from the injuries, but also just to be able to kind of get our feet back on solid ground. And, we came out, and we've been playing good ball since that bye week, and I think that when you look back on it, we'll be able to point to that as maybe a key part of the season as far as just being able to get everything tightened up, make sure everybody's kind of on the same page, and being able to move forward from the early part of the year. If we would have had another game the next week, everything's going to keep getting talked about. We were able to kind of steady the ship a little bit and get everything out in front of us, and we've done a good job.
You have such a unique perspective on this as a coach, but obviously Patrick Mahomes, elite quarterback conversation. A lot of conversation. Can Jalen Hurts do anything to get into that same bucket? What do you think?
Well, I think it's kind of how you depend on what you talk about as far as the elite. Do you talk about winning and losing? Do you talk about how he manages the game? Because there's been a lot of games this year that Mahomes has done a great job of winning them the game late in the game, but hasn't had these crazy stats all year. He's done a good job of managing the game, putting them in good positions, and then at the end of the game when they need him to make a play or make a couple plays, he's done a good job of putting his team in a great position to win. And Jalen's done the same thing. So when you look back at this season, you look back at previous seasons, just a couple years ago, Jalen's in the MVP talk. So I know we're kind of in a what have you done for me lately kind of world right now, but to me, Jalen Hurts is an elite QB. He's done a great job, and when we've needed him to make plays late in games, he's done that, and he'll continue to do that in his career. And, it doesn't always look the same for everybody, but I think everybody here is really glad Jalen's our quarterback.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. Well, Coach, especially here in New Orleans in the Super Bowl, there's a lot of conversations. Can Jalen Hurts ever get to the conversation of Patrick Mahomes as an elite quarterback in this league? What's your opinion on that?
He's an elite quarterback. I mean, the guy just wins.
And I think everyone is talking about it's the win category, it's the passing yard category. Can Jalen Hurts do anything where he's a slam dunk to be in that same conversation as Mahomes? Because right now I can't figure out, it's still such a question to me, national media-wise, country-wise, even in Philadelphia.
Well, everybody's going to have their opinion on that. Everybody's going to have their own different criteria on that. All I know is the guy wins.
Absolutely. And looking at this offense as a whole and the passing game, what do you feel like you need to do on Sunday to exploit the Chiefs' defense?
Well, without giving you too many schematical things.
I want to know everything.
Yeah, exactly. You want me to tell you the plays we're running?
Please. I won't put it out at all.
No, obviously, they're a tremendous defense. They do an outstanding job. So, it's going to be about the things that we talk about, our fundamentals, the things that we train from day one. And like I say, you get in a game like this, obviously, you're playing for a world championship. You don't do anything different. You really focus on your fundamentals. Obviously, the plays and the scheme and that thing, you're changing week to week in this league. So, really looking forward to the game.
And going back to the bye week, a ton of players point to that bye week as a crucial moment to pivot this season. In that bye week, there was a lot of conversation if Nick Sirianni was even going to be here. How have you seen him adapt to that adversity as a head coach?
Well, any head coach in this league, the scrutiny they face, it's unbelievable. So, the great thing is his coach never wavered. The approach never wavered. How we were doing things didn't change. He is who he is, and he's done an outstanding job.
You say he is who he is. A lot of guys tell me I want him to be who he is, that emotional, that passionate guy. There was conversation, hey, tone it down. It doesn't seem like that's possible with him.
He's genuine. And in my opinion, all the really good leaders, they're true to themselves. They're genuine, and I think that's a great thing. The thing that I really appreciate about Nick is who you're getting every day. He's genuine.
When you go back to Jalen Hurts, can you point to a game or a moment that was most impressive in your eyes where you said, wow, I'm really glad he's my quarterback?
I think that's day one. Yeah. Listen, he's special. Like I said, all he does is win.
Thank you, Coach.